Jim?
What's good, brother? How are you, man?
I'm doing all right,
Good to see you, brother. You look good, man.
How you doing? You look nice too. Beautiful area you got me.
Yeah, it's beautiful out here, man. You ready to sit down and talk finally, man?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
Well, shit, let's sit down, brother.
All right, man. Let's go.
Shit, man. How you been, bro?
Man, I've been all right, man.
I got a drink back here. Grab my drink. And my questions here. How you been, bro? First of all.
I've been all right, man. How you been, Jim?
I've been good, brother. I've been good. Just minding my business, trying to get this bar open. You know, taking care of my kids. Something you know a lot about.
Yeah, same here. I've been doing the same, trying to take care of my kids. My son been having, a few small issues in school. I think it's just a matter of just respect and just morals. A few things I need to step up on. You know what I'm saying, as a father.
Heard that.
And same here with me, man. I'm thinking about being a YouTuber, thinking about starting a podcast. So
what issues has your son been having?
It's actually been respect issues to me. Me
you
personally.
You mean like towards the teachers or?
Towards women. I believe his household situation, because my son doesn't live with me. He lives with his mother, and she sometimes have problems with her significant other. And I think he sees that, and I think he doesn't like it, but I think he gets confused. You know what I'm saying? He thinks that's the way he's supposed to treat people. That's the way he's supposed to talk to people, and it's not. And I honestly blame myself. I think it's me need to spend more time with him, me bringing him over to me. I'm now in my own place.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Also, communication is key too.
Yeah. So I'm gonna spend more time with him.
As long as she's having those talks with him about. Because let's be honest, like relationships ain't always gonna be peaceful, and you might walk in and catch your parents fussing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And sometimes it ain't pretty.
Yeah.
But me myself, I've always been self-conscious about what I say around my kids. And unfortunately, when you're a baby daddy like we are, who does not live with our kids. Of course, you can't dictate what goes on in someone else's household. We just hope that they use as good as judgment as we feel we use. And I guess for my kid's mom, it just comes down to the communication and the level of respect that we continue to have with each other. You know what I mean? But that's a rabbit hole that we could go down.
Well, as far as my baby mother, she's a real good girl, real respectful person. It's just, sometimes you get caught up in situations. You know how it is in a relationship, as you just said. Sometimes you get caught in situations and you're even surprised by it yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And it's just a matter of, like you say, communication. He'll continue talking to him, and me just bringing him to me more. That's really about it.
Yeah, because I mean, you are always a pleasant human being anywhere you go. So I don't see any reason why your son wouldn't pick up any of that.
Yeah, I try to be.
Yeah, hey man, ever since the first day we met, you've always been a pleasant human being. When we started working together at Morrow's, brother.
Oh hell yeah. Hey, shout out to Larry Morrow, by the way, man. Shout out to him, man. I remember.
So we're here today because you are a musician. I know you personally. We've known each other personally before we even knew that we both did music. And so we got to know each other a lot more, and we started shooting content together, and we shot a great music video for one of your songs, and I can't wait for us to start working on more stuff.
Yes, Aquafina.
And so in between all of that, you can tell them again, tell them where to find it.
Aquafina Flow, you can find it on, you can look me up on YouTube, that's geezydagoat or geezyweezy6, that's right, GEEZYWEEZY with a 6. And Aquafina Flow, man, Jimmy, you know what I'm saying?
Speaking of which, name, you just said your name, so they can find it on YouTube. I'll put it on the screen for you guys. Where did you get your name?
That's the main question.
That's always the main question.
Everyone asks me, all right? I actually got the name Jeezy first. I got that name twice in the streets. I grew up in the Lafitte Projects, and growing up in school, we listened to a lot of Hot Boys, Cash Money, BG, Lil Wayne, and as I was growing up, my voice got deeper as I was making 11 and 12, and people was always telling me, oh, you sound like BG, or you sound like Jeezy. And that's when the name Jeezy came about first. Everybody
think about that.
Yeah, everyone started calling me Jeezy, because as I grew on, my voice started changing, I started getting a little sluggish. So I tried to leave that name because my rap name was actually Lil Soldier at the time. So I wanted people to call me Lil Soldier. So when we moved out the project 6 months before Hurricane Katrina, and we moved out the project, we went to a small town called La Plage. Everyone knows it as St. John Parish. And the same thing people were saying out there, they were saying in New Orleans, they were saying, oh, you sound like BG, or you sound like Jeezy. They was telling me that at school. And sooner or later, as you know, the name Jeezy, growing up in the South, someone keeps calling you something. If they call you Rice Head, believe me, your name's gonna be Rice Head. You know what I'm saying? So everyone called me.
When you started?
Yeah, I was actually 9 years old when I started.
9?
Mm-hmm. And I started writing. Mm-hmm. And people just started calling me Jeezy. And what made me start to write music at 9 was I was always a good writer. I like to write, just period. I have a terrible handwriting, but I do love to write. And one day I was listening to a song, and my first ever rap name was Disco. And I was trying to write
Disco?
Yeah, I was trying to write a disco song. I was trying to write a disco song. And I ended up dissing one of my friends in a disco song. So I ended up feeling like, hell, well, if I'm already dissing him, I might as well just be a rapper. So I just started
writing. It would have been too much like, what was his name? If his name was Code, then it would have been Disco, double entendre, Disco.
Yeah. So I just started writing, and I used to write all night, every day, all night. Like every night I used to write. I had tablets full of music, like full of me just writing songs. And,
Word.
Yeah, it helped me in the long run get better at my craft.
I think I started writing at like 9 or 10, and I started taking it seriously once I got to high school. Once I got to the 9th grade, I was listening. You said you was listening to Cash Money. I was listening to Wu-Tang.
Yeah. I like Wu-Tang too. Yeah.
Wu-Tang Into the 36 Chambers album came out in 1993. I was in the 9th grade. I'm telling my age right now. But I was listening to Wu-Tang. I was listening to Method Man. I was listening to his first album, To Cal. I was listening to Old Dirty Bastard's first album.
You sound like an Eminem.
Well, Eminem didn't come along until 1999, I want to say.
Okay, about 97,
96, I want to say. That's when I started hearing Eminem. And that's when I had always been rapping the way I rap.
Yeah.
But when Eminem popped on the scene is when people started saying that my cadences sounded like him.
Yeah,
So,
I always thought you had some Eminem.
everybody tells me that all the time. But I mean, when you get into my music, you see that we're both obviously two different people, but the cadences, I guess, remind him of Slim. But that's where it started.
Well, just to finish off my name, the Wheezy comes from my friend Kia used to always call me Jeezy Weezy when I call on the phone. Her name is Kia. I call her Kia Cool. And,
Kia Cool.
Yeah, because she was always real cool. And when I used to call her, she used to be like, "What's up, Jeezy Weezy? Jeezy Weezy, Jeezy Weezy." It was so aggravating to me.
I know a couple of Kias. I think I'm gonna start calling them Kia Cool.
Yeah.
Not that they're not cool though.
It was so aggravating to me when she say Jeezy Weezy. I didn't like it, but it was always catchy. I was like, damn, that caught my attention.
It was like a nickname.
Yeah, so I just ended up adding the Weezy and ended up turning the Jeezy Weezy with a 6, you know what I'm saying? That was all, you know?
I like that. I like that. You lived here your entire life?
Yeah, I lived here my whole entire life. I'm actually from the Treme area. That's Lafitte Project, the 6th Wall. Most people know it from being, I believe it's the oldest black neighborhood in America.
Is it?
I believe, yes, the Treme area in the 6th Wall. If it's not
have to look that up.
Yeah, if it's not number 1, it's about number 1 and in between number 1 and number 3. It's one of the oldest black neighborhoods in America. And that's actually
it's a lot of good food
great.
in Treme.
Yeah, I just said it's actually something great. It's known for the agriculture, the music, second lines, you know what I'm saying?
You're in the middle of everything around there.
Yeah. And I believe that's where my passion of music came from. It's actually from me being from the Treme area. Man, I was always around music and musicians all my life, so I love it, bro.
That's a beautiful area, man.
Yeah, I'm actually proud of where I'm from.
Cultural area.
I'm proud of where I'm from.
A lot of good-ass food in that area.
Hell yeah. Dookie Chase? Oh, man.
You know, I've never been to Dookie Chase.
I tried to work there one time. They didn't hire me. I went to jail trying to go to the background, please.
We'll get to that later.
Yeah, it didn't turn out too good.
What's your favorite food spots in the city?
My favorite food spots in the city is actually Melrose is one of my favorites, and I like to go to the steakhouse on St. Charles. I love steak. But
which one? You sitting on St. Charles?
Yeah.
Houston's?
I believe it's Houston. It's sitting on St. Charles, right there by Walgreens.
That is Houston.
That's Houston's. Yeah.
It's been there forever.
Yeah, Houston Steakhouse. I
love that spot.
I love steak.
I love steak too.
I don't necessarily have a favorite food.
Medium rare. I gotta have my steak medium rare.
As far as like, you know what I like, I don't necessarily have a favorite food. I like a little bit of everything. I like gumbo. crawfish etouffee. You know what I'm saying? Fuck shit. You get your little garlic bread in that thing.
I'm the same way, but I'm big. Like lately, I've been big on sushi. Like
sushi?
Yeah, me and her. Oh man, we some sushi nerds. Like we know all the good sushi spots in the city, bro. I've been checking out a lot of omakase spots, bro. Talk about some wonderful flavors. And I have a bunch of. I have a handful of friends here in the city that are chefs, and they are amazing chefs. And so my palate has been versed like all over the place. So I love Creole, I love Asian food, I love Japanese food.
All right.
I love all, and I just love living in this city because there's so many. It's not just Creole food here.
There's everything.
Like there's actually wonderful Thai food. There's wonderful Indian food. There's
Mexican
so much.
food.
There's so much great food here in the city. And the one thing I always tell people is just please don't limit yourself to just Creole food. It ain't just gumbo and crawfish. It's like there's a bunch of great places in the country where you could get some amazing sushi. But we really got some fly ass sushi spots.
I didn't know that sushi spots was that good down here.
What?
Bro. Seriously?
What? I gotta put you on, bro.
That's why everybody.
I gotta
sushi
put you
around
on. I gotta put you on, partner. Now earlier in between all of this, before we started talking about food, you mentioned going to jail before. Care to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. That's my educational part.
Okay.
That's my part where I'm actually try to like break down some things on the mistakes I made and a few things that I would do better and that you stay out of jail. You know what I'm saying? You want to stay educated, you want to stay in school. Because I know, the thing about it is my son is going to watch this interview. Yeah. That's important to me. It really is. So I'm going to make sure I'm very specific on the things I say when that part comes up. Because I'm going to make sure my son hears me clearly. You know what I'm saying?
And you just, you know, of course there's always parts about our lives that we just don't tell our kids yet until they're old enough to know. But would you care to share exactly how you ended up? Was it county jail or prison system?
I haven't been to all of them, bro. I've been in jail 8 times, bro.
Really?
Yeah, but guess what? You wouldn't believe this, bro. Every time I've been to jail, it's never been for nothing violent, nothing like that. It's always been for weed. When I've been to jail for weed 3 times. All the other times, it was all probation. Either a failed piss test, and one time I got caught.
Probation violation kind of thing?
Yeah, and one time I got caught with a Percocet. And I spent almost 11 years on probation from I was 14 to I was 19, 14 to 20, just because of that, because I couldn't get out of probation. I've never been in jail for nothing violent, nothing like that, bro.
So what do you think? Because number one, with weed, like everybody feels differently about it, right? Yeah. Like I don't smoke weed. I'm not saying that there's not a time where I would. I just don't. I know where I live. This is not a legal state yet.
Yeah, we're getting there.
So it's we're getting there. Speaking of which, I have a friend who's got a strand, a cannabis distribution company.
It's Herc, right?
Yeah, we rode out in Mississippi the other day.
Yesterday.
And I got some very cool footage to show you when we get back to the house from that.
You got any cannabis to sell me?
He's got a whole line of things that he's about to release. Okay. Unfortunately, this is not a state that he can release it in yet. So apparently Mississippi is on that boat before we are. I'm not too surprised.
That's crazy. It's Mississippi though, bro. You know, Mississippi is one of the most racist states, like Louisiana. Shit. How the hell they got it before?
It is what it is. We'll get there. Okay. So I mean, I don't smoke, but I have lots of friends who do. And sometimes there's always this struggle of the things we want to do, the things we like to do, and we live in states where the shit ain't legal yet and stuff like that. And I guess what I want to ask you is, especially for our young black boys out here, what advice do you have for our young black boys growing up for how to keep yourself out of harm's way when it comes to breaking the law and
good question.
Just walking down the wrong path ending up in the wrong circles, influenced by the wrong people. It's so easy for our young black boys to be influenced by the wrong people,
Very true.
and fall into this space where we feel like we could, because I feel like at some point we got to stop saying I'm a product of our environment, and we have to become more involved in raising our kids, right?
That's right.
And so, like, I guess my question to you is, if you could sit one young black boy down, or even your son, what advice would you have him, say 10, 12 years old? How old is your son now?
My son is actually 10. He makes 11 in September.
Okay, well, let's just say you sit your son down today or tomorrow, and you decide, I want to have that conversation about life, and I want to give him some life advice as he moves into his adolescent years. What would you tell him? Or what will you tell him?
Well, what I would suggest first, before I even tell him anything, I would say,
other fathers will hear this as well. So
that's right. What I would suggest before I tell him anything, I would suggest you give me your phone. How about that? How about that? Give me your phone first. I'm gonna suggest that. And
see what he engaged. What kind of conversations he engaging in?
Yes, yeah, bro. And after I put that in my pocket, I will maybe tell him something about the music he listens to. I understand, 'cause I talk to my son a lot, and I understand that my son's favorite rappers are, people like NBA YoungBoy, like King Von, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I understand growing up, music is differently, because growing up, I understand music affects you, because growing up, I was listening to people like Soulja Slim and BG and stuff, and I promise you, by the time I was 13, I thought I was the baddest man coming. I wasn't nothing. I wasn't nothing. Believe me, bro. So I would tell them to not believe the music, and I will also just talk to him about just respect. Respect goes a long way, my man. Respect goes a long way. I remember a few months ago, my son, I heard about my son, I guess his teacher told him to do something, and he didn't listen. He continued clowning with the other kids. And when she did try to pull him to the side, he caught like this little slight attitude with her. I don't respect that. I don't like that. It's about respect. One thing about women, you want to always show a woman respect, because with women, you might need that same woman one day later on in life. You never know, bro. Anything can happen, Or
just as a man, we need women.
We need women. Yeah. We need our women. You gotta respect the women out here, bro. Like, and that's point blank, period, bro. You have to respect these women. Stay in school. Pay attention. One thing I always did in school, I always paid attention. It seemed like I always had bad luck. I always had the meanest teacher in the world. I always had a mean teacher. I'm talking 3rd grade, 4th grade, 5th grade, 6th grade. I always had a teacher who didn't play that. And my mom didn't play that neither. She made sure we go to school, hurricane, rain, whatever, we was going to school. Yeah. So I always was in school, so I always paid attention. You know what I'm saying? Education means a lot.
Yeah.
I realized at an older age, where I am now, that if I would have stayed in school much longer, or at least paid attention more, I would have came out even much better, man. Much better. The things I know now, I wish I would have been knowing these things. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just talk to him about respect, man. It starts with respect. I would most definitely take his phone. He got me twisted with that. And
what's crazy is like we're because when I was a kid, there was no phones, and wasn't nobody walking. I wasn't walking around with a smartphone.
Same here.
In my back pocket. And now these kids are.
These kids can actually go in class with their phones and be on their phones in class these days. Like, seriously, in school crazy. With a class, laptop, iPad, and everything else.
And I tell a lot of parents these days, because a lot of us feel like since our parents used to just whoop our asses, no questions asked, right? Yes. That's not always the answer now. Because you got to remember, our kids, where we feel like we had a harder life than our kids, or I learned I learned shit the hard way. I learned school of hard knocks. I was outside. My feet was on the pavement. I was, you know what I mean? I learned from actual live human interaction, right? Now kids have these.
Yeah.
And they're like, they have this endless stream of information in their pockets.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
So like they're dealing with, for me, the older I get, the more I realize that it's not easier or harder for them. It's just different. Because they're dealing with, since they have all of this information in their back pockets, it's a different kind of mind fuck, because now when someone says something, they can just look that shit up.
Exactly.
Whereas when we was kids, if I asked my mama, how old is the average oak tree in this park? My mama might say, I don't know, maybe like 100, 200 years old. Stop asking me questions. Or whatever.
So you had to go find out yourself.
They could just walk, they could just be in the park by themselves and look up and be like, how old is the average oak tree?
But that's a problem to me though. You know why it's a problem? Because I think smartphones, I honestly think they cause smartphones to make our kids dumber.
I do agree.
They lose memory fast. When we were growing up, Jimmy, I remember about 8 phone numbers. Easily.
I was just about to say that.
Easily. I remember my first phone number. My first phone number was 821-7531. I was in the Lafitte Project, man. I still remember.
891-4551. And remember, there was a time where we wouldn't even say an area code. Now everybody says the area code.
Yeah, exactly. So
that was because in New Orleans we never went anywhere.
Yeah, so the kids, they don't have any memory of anything. They don't. They
I feel
depend
like, on this.
Yeah, the whole memory would just be their phone.
Sometimes. Like, I don't remember phone numbers as much as I used to.
Me
because I have become dependent on this phone.
Me neither.
And
me neither.
I don't know, man. Like,
man,
it's like it's a bad thing, but there's so much good that comes with having all of this information
and as a parent,
on us.
And as a parent, it's like, you know, how do you balance it, right?
How do you balance
Especially growing up in a city as New Orleans, you want your kid to have a phone. Not even just New Orleans, it's anywhere. You know, school shootings, anything's going on, bombings, phone hack phones and things like that. Like, you want your kid to have a phone while they're gone, but then you're like, are you really gonna pay attention in class today? You know, so it's like, what is the balance? I really don't know the balance. I'm a new parent. I seriously don't know the balance, bro.
I don't think it matters if you're a new parent or an older parent who's, because my oldest is 21. It's always gonna change because as time goes on, things are advancing a lot faster. We went from the length of time it took for us to go from cassette to CDs, the length of time it took us to go from CDs to digital music was shorter, and the time that it took from us to go from digital music to streaming is even shorter. So it's just, it's gonna be a never-ending process of just recreating how you educate your children at home, how you teach and raise your kids. And I just think there's no wrong or right answer for it. We just have to stay in tune. And it takes a lot more communication than, if you don't clean this room, I'm gonna beat your ass. Or if you don't get home on time, I'm gonna beat your ass. Or if you go to school and you get in a fight, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And these days, it takes a lot more communication than just threatening your fucking kids.
Threatening your kids. Yeah, honestly.
And it helped because I did more communication. You know my 21-year-old daughter.
Hell yeah.
It helped because she's 21 now, and we're the best of friends. And she comes to me when she needs advice. She'll call my phone and she says, "Dad, I need advice."
That's why I used to watch your YouTube page. Your YouTube page make me feel good. I'm gonna tell you why, because you literally showed your growth from video 1 all the way up to,
hey man, it's all there
now. And
it's all there.
It helped me grow because it makes me smile to see how you did with your daughter. I could tell from the day you were probably struggling to the day where you started getting better and better at everything you were doing, and it helps me go back to like my lifestyle. Like, hey man, I should be do this way.
And now I have a 4-year-old who's about to be 5 on the 25th of this month, and now I have to relearn all of those things and restructure like the way I raised her or the way I communicated with Jada's mama. I can't necessarily use those same things to communicate with Kelsey's mom because she's a different person, you know. So, but you know how that go.
Man,
you know how that shit go.
That sound a little complicated, bro. I think
it's always complicated.
I think I'm done with having babies.
Oh, I'm super done, bro.
Yeah,
I'm super done.
I'm done having the babies. I actually had a recent surgery, and they told me that they don't know. I'm not gonna speak too much on the surgery, but they did tell me that I won't be having babies anymore.
Oh, so, you had a vasectomy?
Yeah, I do want to let that be known. No,
let's go. I did it too.
No babies for me. So you did too?
I did, yeah. Jimmy, I'm 2 years in, bro.
Dude, man, I'm 3 years in actually.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you did it before me.
I'm in here, bro.
You know what? I am 3 years now. Because I did it when Jada was 18. She's 21 now.
She's 21 now?
Yeah, I'm 3 years in, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, bro.
No babies for me, bro.
It's healthy. It's healthy, dog.
Yeah,
especially if your significant other doesn't want any kids either. Listen, man, you don't. The worst thing a woman can put in her body is birth control, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It destroys women's bodies. Like,
I disagree with the birth control. I remember when before my daughter was born, we were actually thinking about getting an abortion. But it didn't go through. I guess the day of the abortion, I guess my baby mother had like second thoughts. And don't get me wrong, I was supporting anything she wanted to do. At the time she wanted the abortion, I was supporting her. She was my girl. But the day she didn't go, I was happy as hell. I was happy because I actually wanted a daughter. And my daughter is who actually changed me, you know what I'm saying? My daughter made me who I am today. If it wasn't for her.
How old is she now?
She's 7.
7? How old, what are you thinking, like maybe at the age of 16 you'll tell her that story?
I probably won't tell her unless her mother brings it up. Like, I'm the kind of person, if she don't ever bring it up, I'm probably gonna never talk about
it.
You know what I'm saying? As far as that, because that's something deep, you know.
And involves the both of you.
Yeah, and if her mother brings it up, I bring it up. If not, I ain't gonna tell her, bro.
I think the last question I have for you is because we touched a lot on raising our kids, our young black boys, and you having your experiences in the prison system and the law system, right? And we live in this city where the talk is always protect yourself. We come up in this society, especially in black culture, with hip hop and entertainment. They teach us that we should keep it on us.
Yes. Stand
and all
on
of this
business.
kind of stuff, and all of these things. And so, what is your take on protecting yourself?
Just
making the decision to say, I'm going to carry a weapon on me, advice that you may have for someone else who feels like they need to carry a weapon on them every time they leave the house.
Well,
what do you think about that? And I'll tell you.
Well, I'm laughing because I try to keep a good sense of humor in bad situations, even when I was in prison.
Sure.
I'm gonna start by saying this: anybody who come by me saying that they're standing on business, make sure you stand your ass right over there somewhere. I'm standing on business over here for my kids and my family.
Yes,
I ain't with none of that street stuff. No more. So you stand your ass right over there by that tree. Don't come by me with all that.
I can't take care of my kids from prison.
Exactly. So, but as far as prison, to be honest with you, bro, I've never been to prison for nothing violent, but I always seem to find myself around the damn violent offenders. You know, in New Orleans, they don't put you, if you got caught with weed, they don't put you by the weed guys. They still put you in OPP, on A4 by the murderers, and by the killers and the people who rob everybody, right? So it's like, bro, it's a crazy situation.
It's like
bro.
We're all the same to them in that sense.
Yeah, we all the same. And I've seen some bad things and that I'm not gonna speak on, but I can say one thing about me: I never had a fight in jail. I never had a problem in jail because I mind my business. As far as advice I have for people, just stay out of the way, man. Just stay out of the way, man. I had to change a lot of friends, family, and places I go, for sure places I was going to make my life
important.
Yeah, to make my life as good as it is today. I told my barber earlier today, if I would have known life was this sweet, I would have never been in the street. Life good? Yeah, bro. I got 4 cats. I'm living good, man. I promise you, bro. I'm living good, bro.
You got 2 kids and 4 cats, and you able to take care of all of them.
I'm telling you, bro. I smoke all the weed I want, bro. I take a shit when I want. You know what I'm saying? Like everything I do it on my time, and I'm so appreciative of it, and I thank God for that. You know what I'm saying? And as far as like kids staying out, like I say, the best advice I have to you is your friends could get you caught up, bro. You can't trust everybody, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't even care about you. They put you in situations just to see you get caught up, just so they can sit back and laugh at you.
And you gotta know what your friends are into.
Yes. People want to laugh at you. People probably want to wait till you go so they can try to take your girl.
Yes.
Like, you know, the girl that you love so much, they're gonna take your girl. You know what I'm saying? They take your freedom. A lot of things that you could have been out here doing. Graduating from school, like myself, I could have been graduating from school. I could have been getting my music career up together, been rapping since I was 9, but instead I was in the streets doing dumb stuff, getting caught up, going enough freedom that I can't get back, time that I can't get back. You know
hey man, I used to have homeboys who sold coke and sold rocks, and in the St. Thomas project, and whenever I drove through there, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? We going to the studio. You want to come? He's like, yeah, but I'm gonna walk. And I'm like, why? Get in the car. I'm like, nah, I can't get in your car.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I always had friends around me that even when it was friends that was into bad shit, they knew I wasn't, and they would never
put you in that situation.
Put me in that situation.
But see, it's different.
But it's different these days.
These days they don't care. If you shooting ball, Jimmy, and everybody see you're a good dude, people used to protect you. These days, you shooting ball, they want to kill you. Just because they hate him, he might make it. Let me kill him. You know what I'm saying? So you barely know who your friends are. You know.
And back to what you were saying about now you're more conscientious about where you go and where you hang out.
Very much.
Like, listen, if I feel like I have to have a weapon on me to go to that place, that's a place that ain't on my list to go to.
Yeah, I don't need to go there.
I don't need to go. I don't need to go.
That's real.
And you know, a lot of these young men these days, they don't understand that these weapons, because I don't carry no weapon on me everywhere.
Not me everywhere neither.
It's something I prefer not to do, because I feel like I don't want to bring that energy on me by having that on me. And who knows how that weapon might make me act.
Yeah, if something was to happen.
Road rage and all these kind of things and shit like that.
If I didn't have it on me, I probably would have just walked off.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And for some people, having a gun on them might make them more confrontational. And I ain't looking for that kind of smoke, because I'm trying to live.
That's right.
And I think a lot of people get it confused. Like, if you own a weapon, if you own a gun, it should be only used to protect yourself and protect those that you love.
That's right.
Not to protect your pride.
Exactly.
And that's the best advice I would have for anybody.
And well, it's
to protect yourself and protect your family, not protect your pride.
And well, just like you, I had friends like Nitty. Shout out to Nitty, Mother Squad Nitty. And I always hung with older friends when I was growing up. So even though they used to be in stuff or whatever, they were old enough to keep me out of it. Like, to tell me, hey, Jeezy, you don't need to be going up that street. Jeezy better stay from around there. Like, they used to always tell me, like, I grew up uptown.
Yeah, man.
Once we moved from the Lafitte Project into the class,
had homeboys like
uptown.
that too.
Yeah, so anytime I used to go in the Calio Project, I used to mess with a girl in the Calio Project. They used to always tell me, hey, Jeezy, you don't need to be going around there, Jeezy. You know what I'm saying?
Better tell her to come see you.
Yeah, when I hang on Second and Correct, they used to tell me not hang with certain people. There were certain people was in certain gangs. I had older friends compared to, I think, if I was hanging with people around.
I was on Valence and Forever.
Yeah, see, you know. So compared to if we were hanging with people our age, 15, 16, there's no telling what could have happened. You know what I'm saying?
I actually saw those things BG was talking about in his records while going to the barbershop.
Yeah, so it was real, bro. So, man, we gotta stay in school, bro. We gotta watch our friends and places we go, bro. Cause I swear, bro, it's look where we at right now, bro. We in a beautiful spot. I'd rather hang in this spot any day of the week than to go uptown in the project. Believe that, bro.
Yep.
Believe that, bro. Beautiful place.
What's next for you, bro?
Well, what's next for me is it's just living, bro. I'm blessed. I just got my own place, like I say. I got a lot of things going on as far as me starting to buy equipment and stuff for my podcast. I want to start early next year, and I'm just moving, man. I'm on the move. As far as music, I may drop a song, I may not between now and the next few months. It all depends how I feel. Like I said, I'm getting my life together. I'm changing every day. I'm not the person I was the
Yeah.
month ago. I'm not the same person I was a week ago. I'm a different person every day, and I'm just trying my best, man. I'm here, bro. That's what I'm doing. I'm just moving. I'm getting there.
Well, it was good talking to you, bro. It's
Yeah.
man, look, it's always great to see you. Always great to talk to you, man.
Thank you, man.
And I look forward to all the dope shit we're gonna work on in the future, bro. So stay up, man.
You too, Jim, bro. Nice
I'ma see
talking
you
to
soon, bro.
All right, man. You have a great one, all right?